I guess we'll get started here with our 50 people. So this guy right here, his name is Daniel Reuter, and he joined my Amazon selling program. What is it, like 6 months ago?
The
Five?
beginning of
Yeah,
July.
beginning of July. So about a half a year ago, and he has launched a private label product that's done really well. Did really well in Q4. He's also kicking up his online arbitrage grind. So, Daniel, tell us about yourself, just background wise, who you are, where you're from, what you do, and then also tell us maybe a little bit about your product.
Sure, no problem. So I'm 21 years old now. I was 20 back when I joined the course. I just finished my military service. I'm from Israel. As you guys know, it's mandatory service here. So I was a fighter for 1 year, then sort of got hit or something, not hit like from a fire or something, but well, I just couldn't be a fighter anymore. So from then I basically come home every day. And after work I had to go to after the army I had to go to work, so basically I was like 400 hours a month not at home. And half a year ago I've came across FBA back in June and Jordan's channel. uh, so I was watching all of the Jordan's videos and got really interested in the way he's giving the information and everything. And suddenly I arrived to a video, his newest video, that was, I think, in the third week of June, where he said, I'm starting a course, an online course. So I was very, skeptical just because I didn't have any money. I didn't want to spend money. I didn't know how, like with the time difference, we got 8 hours between us. It's 7 p.m. here, 11 a.m. where you are in
Yep.
Dallas. So I didn't know how it will work. How can you mentor me? We're so, you know, so distant. But I told myself I'll take the chance, even though all my friends just laugh at me, tell me that's stupid. Don't
Typical.
pay for courses. People do money over you. Um, so I took that chance, and it was worth it. It basically changed my life, and from there on, it's history.
Right. So you've got
Yeah.
you've got just one product right now, right? One private label.
Uh, I've got right now one private label. From the 1st of October, it went live basically.
Sweet.
I've started the progress for it back in August. I remember I was like, for 3 weeks, I was just talking to suppliers when I was in the army, doing nothing but talking to suppliers on WhatsApp. That was very funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've got my product launch on the 1st of October. It was back ordered, 2 units sold. I remember that. And then the day after, it was in stock again. It came in stock. And from there, it's basically history. In 2 weeks, it got pretty good. But before that, like from the moment I paid for the product, that was at the at the end of August, I've started learning online arbitrage, because I didn't want to waste any time, and I've bought some OA products, like 7 or 8 different products for a total of about 100 units. All of them sold but one, which is very unsuccessful, but that's just
That's how
how
it
online
goes.
arbitrage is. But yeah, most of my money is one PL product that did amazing in December,
Yep.
especially. Yeah, Jarvis, that was using tactical arbitrage, and some free lists like Prime resale, but this is the one that suck.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
this is the one
I
that
agree.
didn't sell. Yeah. Um, Now I have my second PL in the works, third that I'm thinking about, but as soon as December ended, I've got auto approved to sell in many different categories, including groceries, including topicals, all the kinds of toys like learning toys, radio toys. So now I'm gonna get, like, next week, I'm gonna get into arbitrage like big time.
Sweet.
Gonna spend a lot of money into it.
Sweet. Sweet. So just with that one private label, if you feel comfortable telling people, which you don't have to, what have you done in sales so far with that PL,
With that PL,
or just in December if you don't want
that
to say total, doesn't matter.
I've sold a total of 1,400 units of that
Wow,
PL in the
1,000
course of
units.
1,400
Oh my
units in
God,
the
14
course
months.
of 3 months.
Wow.
It's on the cheap side, like many mentors would say not, but you saw the potential in it because
Yeah, I
it's
remember
so
when you told me
high
about it,
traffic.
and I was because it's like $12, right, or around there.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was
11
a
to 12.
little hesitant because I was like, like that's pretty cheap margins and stuff, but like you made up for it in volume for sure, as far as selling in a lot of them.
Yeah, December was crazy. I wasn't ready for that at all. Like, I got 1,000 units, and I just sold in December alone. I sold 800 units, so I wasn't prepared for that at all. Like,
Yeah,
if you guys want to hear
most
profits,
people aren't.
in December, my I've sold all my online arbitrage products back in November, so December was purely my PL product,
Hmm.
and I've made 9,000 in revenue, about $2,900 profit.
Nice.
Um, yeah, like 30%, maybe slightly less.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much
Thank you,
a
guys.
normal job here in the States. So
Yeah, but well, I'm not gonna touch any money I
no, I
make.
wouldn't.
Like, I told myself I'm not gonna touch any Amazon money until June.
Yeah,
I wanna reinvest it as much as I can into everything,
good call.
and only then.
Good call on that. So I know you don't know, but how did you get auto ungated in those categories? What is your
Okay.
speculation on what happened there?
So what happened with auto ungating was I al- we started hearing about auto ungating since like October.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yep.
that people started writing us that, oh, I got auto approved, and like my dream as a international seller selling from abroad in the U.S. market. Um, the problem is, in order to get ungated, if you live abroad, you need an LLC to have an EIN number,
Right.
employer identification number, and for that it's a big process if you're abroad,
For
and
sure.
you gotta have that to get invoices and stuff. So I've started the process for an LLC just recently, but all this time, I was talking to people in the group that got auto approved. I was talking to them and asked them like, "What are your stats? How long have you been selling? How many, reviews do you have?" And etc. etc. And I thought that the biggest thing was to be selling for half a year. And then I've asked another student, and she told me I'm only selling for 4 months, like since the start of her account. And I just told myself that was like a week ago, and I told myself, let's give it a try, let's see what happens. I gave it a try, and that was such a happy day because like auto approve, like it says, based on performance,
Yeah.
got auto approval, something like that.
Yep.
I don't even remember.
It says like based
And
on your performance metrics, we've approved you to sell in
yeah,
whatever category.
yeah,
That's really
yeah,
interesting, because we've got lots of other students that have been selling or have had their accounts even longer than you, or even some even longer than me that don't get auto approved. So it definitely doesn't have. I don't think it has to do with necessarily with account length. I think that's important, but also I think it has to do with your metrics because you've got. I know that you take your feedback really seriously because like I was looking at your store and you have if it's a 4-star feedback you get it marked if you can so you have a solid 5-star. So I think that that is really important. Like we both have 5-star feedback ratings for Amazon. So I'd say that
yeah.
that's
I only had eight
yeah,
when I
but
got
they're
auto
all five
approved. Like
stars,
I
right?
had, yeah,
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 exactly.
all five
Yeah.
stars.
So like that's I would say that's important. So even if you've got like a 4-star, definitely if you've got anything lower than that, try to get it removed.
Yeah,
Um,
no, get it removed. It
mhm.
it hurts.
It hurts your
It
metrics
hurts.
because
What I think happened is I think Amazon changed stuff up a bit because back in August they changed everything regarding topicals. They like created topicals. It wasn't there before. It was health and beauty.
mm-hmm.
If you remember, and auto gating wasn't a thing back
Not
then.
really
Like
no.
it didn't exist. But back in October, when it all started, what happened was they also made it even harder to get into topicals.
Yes.
Like they started requesting pictures and more stuff. But so what it seems to me is they're making it harder for new sellers to get ungated
Yes.
or sell better, like in better
For
places.
sure.
But they're rewarding people who they deem
Mm-hmm.
serious.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I think that,
this is what
that's
the
like a huge opportunity. We hear all these people complaining about Amazon gating everything, right? They gate brands, categories, subcategories. But the thing is, like, I was actually talking to the CEO of Viral Launch yesterday, and he was telling me how many subcategories there are, and I wrote it down because I thought it was interesting. But like, there's a ton of different categories you can sell in besides, those gated ones. There's 120,000 subcategories. So like, we're talking like topicals or like learning toys is a subcategory. So very few of them are,
baby
yeah,
topicals.
yeah, baby topicals. But very few of them are actually gated. But everybody's complaining about the gating stuff, but it's actually really good for sellers because it reduces competition and it increases the barrier of entry. So like, if you're actually serious about selling and you actually like
Yeah,
want to get going, like, that's not going to stop you, right? You're going to find a wholesaler, you're going to get an invoice if you need to or whatever, and you're going to run your account, have 5-star feedback, have several months experience, and then at that time, Amazon's going to look at your account and be like, okay, you're a legitimate seller. You're going to bring us money. And then they're going to auto approve you, because in 2016, and this is like an older metric, but only 100,000 sellers were making over $100,000 in revenue for a whole year. So that's really, it kind of surprised me. I thought it'd be higher than that, considering third party sellers make up 50% of Amazon's total revenue. So only 100,000 people made over 100,000 in revenue. So I thought that was a little crazy to see a number that low, but it yeah, and I don't think it has to do with luck. Says
yeah.
Cassandra that
I
stats.
was about to say that. Um, well, what I think it, like I said, I tried to understand their algorithm, sort of like what got me auto approved. I guess it's like a combination of how many units you sell, what is your revenue, and basically 5-star
Yeah,
reviews. I guess you gotta have all 5-star reviews, even if it's low. Like I only had 8. As far as how long you've been selling, well, my account is up from the beginning of July, but I only started selling, like my first sell was in the 1st of October.
right.
So I was selling for only 3 months before I got auto approved. So I think it really depends on your revenue and 5-star
Yeah,
reviews,
I would agree with that.
most likely. And it doesn't. I don't think it. What category it is means a lot, because I know we have a student, Katie, who sells books, mainly only books,
Yep.
and I'm selling in home and kitchen. Like my product is home and kitchen, and like we got student who's selling in automotives and
Yeah, Derek.
etc. etc. So it's not even related to how many categories or different products you sell, because if you look total, my 95% of my revenue is my PL product.
Right.
So yeah,
Yep.
I don't think it has anything to do with what categories.
No, I don't think so. Um, but I would say, you know it I, it's like they auto approve you, so it's not someone actually like going through and looking at your account. So it definitely is a math thing. Like, it has to do with the metrics of your account. So I think if your account's old enough, obviously over 3 or 4 months, like yours, it's got 5-star feedback, like not 4.8, not 4.9, but 5.
No,
And
fine.
yeah, 5. And you're doing like a decent amount in sales velocity and revenue, I'd say that that's probably what to go for if you want to look at auto and gating and stuff. But it could also, they could be a glitch, but I've heard a lot of people getting auto and gated, so I don't think that's the
No,
case.
I don't think it's a glitch, because we like got it. It just happened directly after Christmas.
Yeah.
Like at the 2nd of January.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not the only one. If you remember, we
No,
were
I
like
do.
4 people
Yep.
that day. That's how it happens. So I think they just lowered the standards, but probably made something else more difficult.
Yes, I think that's the case.
That's how they.
I think they got a lot of complaints that people like couldn't get in, and so they made it a little more lax for a lot of sellers. But I mean, and Ksenia
Yeah,
asked how you
yeah,
get negative feedback removed. I did a whole
yeah,
lecture in the course on how to get negative feedback removed. So go watch that.
yeah. It's actually very
Yeah,
easy and automatic. Like,
it is very easy.
in Jordan's course, yeah, there's a video about it, and it's an automatic thing because if you're gonna get a negative review, it will be like related to the product, not you, because Amazon are fulfilling the order. So basically, you can remove any feedback you want from your seller profile, like anything, because it will never be about you. Most likely, 99%, it will not be. So you can see sellers with, I don't know, 20K, 20,000 5-star reviews because it's so easy to
Hmm.
delete it, but only if it's on your seller. If it's on a product, oh, I know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
hard it
If you
is.
get a review
It's
on your
almost
on your
impossible.
PL, that's a tough one.
I deleted one.
I
I
know, I
managed to
know. I
delete one.
remember when you got it removed, I was like really surprised, but it's because you thought it was a competitor, right?
I proved it was a
Yeah, yeah, and I
competitor,
think that that's
basically.
why. Like, if it was an actual customer, I don't think they would have taken it off
No, I just called them like
a lot.
4 days in a row and just nagged them about it. Just put the proof in their face that me and another competitor has the same exact review, but he has it like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah. See,
I
that's
just
suspicious.
put it into their face.
Yep. And they can track stuff like IP address logons, and so they know who's leaving reviews and which products they love reviews on stuff. But
If they want to.
yeah,
If
if
they
they want
want
to,
to.
exactly, and they don't most of the time. So
Yeah.
Benjamin said, "What a coincidence! He tried a category and got auto-gated today." So there you go. So I definitely think it's a metric thing for sure.
Benjamin, go try all the categories now.
Yeah,
Like, go
definitely.
try everything related to toys, topicals, groceries. You probably can do them all.
Yep.
Not automotive though.
Automotive is a hard one.
Not that,
Yeah,
unfortunately. Yeah.
automotive is a difficult one.
Okay, let's go through the
Yeah.
questions. Let's see. I'm sorry for everyone who asked questions before. I was looking at our stream and I don't see it there, only on YouTube. So now I'm on YouTube as well, so I can see your questions. Let's see.
Dealing with China suppliers takes forever. Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, but you gotta like, how do you talk to your Chinese suppliers? You gotta, what I do basically is I try and find their WhatsApp number right away, or WeChat. Usually that's WhatsApp because WeChat is their personal no way of communication, and I just send them messages on WhatsApp, or if I send them messages on Alibaba, I don't even give all the details. I just saying what I'm interested in, not even the units, not the price, nothing. I just say I'm interested in customizing such a thing, doing something like that. If you can do something like this, please, please give me your WhatsApp
Right.
number, and I take it there. You gotta take it there. It's way more personal and fast communication
Yeah.
than through
Messaging.
Alibaba.
Yeah. Alibaba's messaging platform is horrible. It's the
It's
worst.
very automatic. Like, they will like, if you post the like custom request that everyone can basically answer you, you will never get something related to your customization.
Yeah.
You will just get the same product
Exactly.
over and over and over.
Exactly. Matthew's got a good question. He asked, "How long does it take to get a PL product from finding it to getting it in stock?" So, do you want to answer that one for you?
Uh, yeah, I can. You can find a product in literally 5 minutes, or it can take you a few hours or days.
Yep.
But usually, it's a few hours to find a potential product, like, because if you learn the statistics, like I look at it like math. Like, a PL product is like math to me. I look at all the details, like the reviews, the competitors, the brands, the sales, the history, everything, the keeper graph. I look at all of that. If I spot something that looks even slightly interesting, I go forward with it. Start to look at prices on Alibaba. What Thinking if I can even do something new here. If not, then well, there's nothing for me to look here.
Yep, I agree.
I Percy.
Yeah, so I mean, once you get that order, it depends on like the weight and size, like how you ship it. If you ship it ocean, it could take a month. If you ship it air, it could take 3 to 4 days. So depends on size and weight of the
Yeah, air
product.
shipment is very fast. Like
You
I've
used
got
express
shipments.
shipping, didn't you?
I've got like yeah,
Yeah.
the express. It's usually UPS or FedEx
Right, but
or
that's because
or
your product's smaller and lightweight, right? I mean, if it was like a
yeah,
big product and heavy, you couldn't do that.
yeah, of course. Well, my product, like I keep shipping it through air.
Yeah,
It's still profitable for
no, for
me,
sure.
but I can't ship it from sea because like uh I need the U.S. Customs require a certain test from me that my supplier just can't provide because he was never asked to,
Nice,
and my product is not even related to that test,
interesting.
so he's having a real hard time to find someone to make the test. So for now, I'm still shipping through air.
That's weird.
But air shipment is very fast. I once ordered a shipment in on Friday. It arrived to Amazon warehouse on Wednesday
Wow,
and was live on Thursday, like that
less than a
fast.
week, huh?
So yeah, less than a week and it was live, not only arrived to Amazon.
Wow.
It just went in stock.
I want to clear something up for Sue here. She said not advisable to communicate off the Alibaba platform because it's not protected. You can communicate off platform like using WhatsApp or email. You want to make your orders through Alibaba. So like I'll be messaging someone off platform and be like, okay, can you make me an Alibaba order, or I can pay you via PayPal. So those are the two methods that you should use to pay someone, is either PayPal or through the Alibaba platform, because then it is protected. But if you're wiring someone money to their bank account directly, then that's not going to be covered. But you can communicate off platform. That's fine.
Yeah, well, I actually do something slightly different. I've started with my supplier on the Alibaba platform, but the thing is, what you guys don't know is they got 3%
Yeah, they have to charge
like
fees.
fee, 3% fee, not from the trade assurance. Don't let them, lie to you or something. Just from selling on the Alibaba
Yep.
platform. But you, as a buyer, also get something like that. If you pay with credit card, it's something like that. If you pay with PayPal, that's 4.4%. So what I did was I'm trying to establish a connection with my supplier. Now I got two suppliers and one sort of a partner supplier. I can't explain that really, but basically I've established a connection with them that goes way beyond Alibaba and everything. I just what how I see if a supplier is serious, if he starts taking pictures and videos of my idea. So let's say if I'm saying I want this thing, I want it in a different
What
cover.
is that?
Okay, in a it's to warm your stomach.
Oh, okay.
It's a hot bottle.
Right.
So let's say you want this in a different color or
That
something.
might actually
So
be a good
they
product.
started. Yeah, maybe. Look it up, guys. Look it up. So basic. Don't you have this in the U.S.?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure you
we
do.
have those in the U.S. They're just not common, like at all. Yeah, I've seen them before, but I don't know anybody has them. We use the electric ones.
My my mother has them, and I'm sick, so she gave it to me.
That's nice of her.
It helps. It helps. So
So if you want a different
what
color,
I was
right?
saying, yeah. So let's say I wanted a different color, a different cover, or something, and they started to give me pictures. That shows how cooperative they are
Right.
and how badly they want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start talking to them, don't start and speaking about how many units exactly you want, what the price you want. First of all, get get to know them and see if they can even do what you want.
Yep.
Okay, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Then they will come for you. Like if they see you're serious and you tell them how you want to establish a long relationship with them, they're gonna take you
Yeah.
seriously
For
because
sure.
no matter what your first order will be, they're not gonna make any money from you.
No.
Like the big
Typically
boss
not.
makes 10% from a deal. The big boss. So the guy you're talking to, that's most likely a trade company. So he's an agent. He's getting maybe like 2-3%.
If even.
And if you're ordering for $1,000, you can guess how much that is.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. That's
I live in Israel.
yeah.
Israel.
Benjamin's question. Um, I I was gonna say something and then I completely forgot. So, but I guess
That's
yeah,
fine.
building connections with your suppliers is incredibly important, especially nowadays, because anybody can just get on Alibaba, message someone, and have them make something and have it ship it over. But it says when you build a relationship, then you can not only barter for lower prices, they can make you custom goods. See, like my suppliers send me free samples for all of my new product lines because I'm ordering a lot of product from them. So they'll send me free samples that would normally cost like $100, and they'll just send them
But
to me.
did he send you, like, did you cover the shipping
Yeah,
costs or not
yeah,
even
oh
that?
yeah,
You just
yeah. This was a.
you cover the shipping
Oh,
costs.
I didn't. No, they paid for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. That's my
that's a
new
good
my new
supplier.
PL line that I'm launching this year. Yeah, I've
Yeah, guys, Jordan is doing something huge. He's
yes.
gonna have a PL line with 7 PL
That's what we're
products.
starting. We're
7
starting at 7. Hopefully
starting.
20
That's
by Q4 this year, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm currently in negotiations right now, so you know how that goes. Uh, yeah, we got lots of questions. Benjamin said PayPal and credit card is double protected. That's true, but it costs more. So if you use PayPal and a credit card, you get hit with those fees. So
what I can tell you. You can do with PayPal. Don't be shy to tell them that. Ask them to split the PayPal fee. Like for me, it's 4.4%.
mm-hmm.
So ask them to split that. 3 suppliers agreed. And I do it off Alibaba personally, just because I've built such a relationship with them. So I trust them, and for the whole process, people are afraid. What if the product is lower quality or so? First of all, you gotta send a sample to yourself to test it. But I ask my supplier for pictures and videos of the whole process. Like if I know my product is assembled in a certain, like, 5 steps, let's put it this way, I want a picture of every step, every shipment. I want to make sure there's no mistakes, no nothing. And you guys got to remember that they want to establish a long business with you to make more money. So they don't have any interest in, bluffing you
No,
on the first shipment, because they're not making money from it. You got to understand that they're making money only if you buy thousands of units, only then.
exactly. And the relationship I have with my supplier, I bought 2,000 units of one of my PLs for last December, just December alone, right? And I sold all those. So like I'm already reordering now, and then I'm launching these new lines. So they want to do anything that they can to keep me happy and keep me buying their products, because I could go to some other manufacturer and give them my business, but they want to make sure that you're buying from them. So they're gonna do their best to make you happy, and if that involves splitting fees, sending you free samples of products and stuff like that, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I got a test. I got a certain test for my product that cost $80.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first time, like after the first shipment, ever since, my supplier shares that cost with me. And yeah, he shares that cost. And if something is wrong, if any delay occurs, yeah, like for example, my last shipment, I told him, look, I got 15 refunds, okay, for a total price of that was almost $30. And I told him, can we subtract that from our price? And he said, could we do 20, please? I said, yeah, that's fine, because I know that's the guy's money,
Yeah.
because you gotta understand, you're mostly not talking to the guy in charge, okay, and that guy makes money off of the uh, transaction.
So you
So
got
I
your
don't want to I don't want to go against him. You gotta find the middle ground. You always do.
yeah.
You can get what you want and
Yeah, you gotta negotiate. You
expect
gotta
them not.
compromise for sure.
Yeah,
So you got your refunds basically like that's like a manufacturer's warranty almost, because you got your refunds paid back to you.
yeah. Well, the I didn't get everything because my supplier is not the guy who ships my product, and the shipping actually costs more than my product, I guess, or the same.
Right.
So by air. So I didn't get that, but that's just minor, But $30 there, $30 here. That's a lot.
For sure.
That's a lot
Huh.
of money. Like,
Well, that's interesting. Um, and yeah, people are asking about samples. Usually they're around $100, sometimes less. But I mean, including shipping.
you can't know. Yeah, there's no rules to that
Hmm.
because it depends on the. Usually, it's fast shipping like FedEx, and that will be quite expensive, and
Exactly.
it all depends on
It's
what you want to make with the product.
Yep. It's mostly the shipping cost and then how much customization you want to put into it. So like one of my
Yeah.
original samples for my PL line was like $150 because it was completely customized, nothing like it on the market, nothing like it being sold, and they shipped it to me in 3 days. So like that's expensive to do, to ship something to the other side of the planet in just a few days. But you know, so, but
There's one
yeah,
more
people ask me all the time how much samples should cost, and I mean, it just depends.
there's one more thing to that. Sometimes if you want to really customize something, that's basically almost like starting a new production line.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen is they will require you to pay up front. Like you're gonna work with them, like commit like 30, 40, 50% up front, and then they will make whatever samples you want, and you will only pay for the shipping. But sometimes like this happened to me now. I had to pay my supplier first to commit, to show him like my commitment that we're gonna work together, if he's gonna customize the products for me, my second PL now.
Right.
And I paid him up front 40%, and
Nice.
he's about to send me the sample, so I
Sweet.
can't wait for it to come.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Yeah,
um,
I'm excited.
Moniker, you can just get the basic Jungle Scout package. I'm actually looking at. So I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Viral Launch, but I talked with the CEO yesterday, and they gave me. They want me to trial their software and see if I like it. So I'm going to try it out over the next couple months and see if I like it, and then if I do, I'll make a video about it. But I want to make sure it's actually like a great program before I start telling everybody about it. So, um, but Brian, Jungle Scout versus Tactical Arbitrage, those are two like apples and oranges things. So like Jungle Scout is for private label, whereas Tactical Arbitrage is for arbitrage. So it depends on what you want to do. I have both. Daniel, you use both as well, right?
Yeah, I'm about to like I've used tactical arbitrage just for a short period of time, and it was in the end of November where it got really hard to source non-gated
Yep.
products in Q4. So I decided to I've talked to tactical arbitrage. They let me stop my subscription until January. They gave me a code to keep my price because for me it's 99 and now it's 150.
Right.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
No,
going
they're
up.
upping the price
Uh,
because it's something that
yeah,
works.
it just gets better. They're gonna put now even like title search is gonna be better now,
Yep.
much better.
Yep.
So that's huge. They just Alex Moss and his crew, they're amazing. I keep following it. I gonna rewatch all their videos now, all of Alex Moss's videos, Christopher, everyone related to that program. I'm a noob to it, guys. Just like you, don't expect me to be anything good about it. But I'm gonna learn now that I can sell groceries and stuff. I definitely gonna learn it
Oh yeah.
upside down. Yeah.
Yep. You want to answer that
So
question from Lauren about foreigners selling on U.S. and as far as taxes go?
yeah, exactly. I was just about to say we got 150 people watching now, and I want you guys to ask question related to the fact that I'm an international seller selling in the US. I'm not
Exactly.
residing in the US. So yeah, I'm gonna answer that.
You don't even have a virtual address here, do you? Like you don't have an
No,
LLC set up.
no,
You just
not yet.
not yet.
I'm working on one. But no, not yet. My LLC is not set up yet. I'm selling without it. I don't even need it. Okay, so how do foreigners sell through Amazon in US as far as taxes go? So it's gonna sound very weird, but unless you have a business in the United States or live there, you're technically obligated to pay taxes, but no one does. Like, if you want to know, my accountant told me that all of the international sellers on Amazon US that don't have a business in the US and an actual like, taxpayer ID, like an LLC, they're technically breaking the law. Like they should be paying taxes, but no one does, and nothing happens. But as soon as you make an LLC, you're paying taxes. So I found an accountant here who's gonna do all the stuff for me here, and he directed me to an Israeli accountant who resides in New York, who's gonna do the accounting. He's opening my LLC there and gonna do the accounting there, and then pass it to my country. because personally, if I pay US taxes, it subsides from my taxes. Like if I'm 20% here, 10% there, I'm gonna pay 10% there, and the leftover is here.
Right. That's interesting. So I guess that would only work with a country that has that agreement with the United States then, because I know there's other countries that Amazon doesn't even allow you to sell
Yeah,
at all.
you gotta have a virtual address for that. You gotta make an LLC. There's
Yeah.
well, virtual address alone should be enough. Like seriously, it can be enough.
Yeah.
If you have a, it's actually enough. You don't even need an LLC. You can just make a virtual address. It should cost about between $20 to $100, depends on the
Yep.
state
And then
and the
you
state
gotta get
needs.
a bank account set up because Amazon's not going to pay you typically in your home currency. But that was another question that Benjamin
Yeah, I'm
asked.
gonna answer that.
Yeah.
If you're an international seller, Amazon automatically redirects you to Pioneer. It's like PayPal to eBay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They work together. Now Pioneer is actually a very good, it's it's sort of a U.S. bank account, but you're not. But you're getting like it's an online bank, uh, and you can only transfer money to other Payoneer accounts, no fees for that, and you can withdraw money to your bank. So you can do that, and doesn't matter where your bank is. And they got a credit card, well, debit card, not a credit card. It's actually important that it's actually a German or something. So it's European card. So yeah, but I've used it in many retailers for online arbitrage, and they accept it.
Okay.
And I've even talked to Pioneer now, and like they got fees, 1% fee to take money from Amazon to Pioneer, and 2% fee to take money from Pioneer to withdraw to your bank account. But I've talked to them, and they can take the fees away. Like they told me,
Nice.
have a few more payments come your way, and we're gonna take off your fee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's kind of what.
you guys gotta know everything is
Yeah,
doable.
that's kind of what PayPal did for me. PayPal doesn't really charge me fees anymore for payments or distribution or disbursements because I do a lot of revenue through them. So they're making money, but they're not charging me fees, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Every platform ever just wants to like come forth for their good not buyers partners.
Yeah,
Let's put
the
it this
people
way.
that make them money, right? And this goes
Yeah,
back to like
exactly.
working with your manufacturer. Like if you're making someone else money, they're gonna be happy and they're gonna like want to work with you and they're gonna try to do anything they can to keep you happy. So, yeah. Um, Gary,
Experos. You can. There's another bank account. Currencies Direct. You guys can go open that one. It's something I actually just opened to save some taxes. I gotta probably figure out a way. I know someone did it here. Figure out a way to use both. Like you can talk to Amazon, and they can make something work so you can decide where you want your money to
right?
go where you when you want it. It's kind of complicated but doable. They got slightly lower fees. They don't have a credit card. They're sort of like strictly to take money to your account, but they're gonna add an option in February or March to send money to other bank accounts.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's also that you guys should check that out. If I'm gonna write it in chat, if you can open Pioneer, this is the bank you should try.
Sweet. Gary asked if you need liability insurance if you have an LLC. If you've got a professional seller account on Amazon, in their terms of service, it says you need to carry $1 million per occurrence commercial liability insurance. So for everybody, whether you have an LLC or not, and so many people don't know about that. I don't know if you know about it, Daniel. I didn't know about it for the longest time. So they require you to like it's in their terms of service, but nobody has it. So I'm not gonna.
The LLC.
Yeah, no, not an LLC. Commercial liability insurance. So
Oh,
yeah, you have to have insurance that covers your products, but nobody has it, which is weird.
Amazon don't follow their own rules,
Yeah.
guys. There's so many products that don't have a white background.
Yes, that too.
They can't follow everything.
Yeah.
They're humans and they're machine. They can start banning everything.
No.
Like most people Jordan is not saying that. He's a very straight guy in this department, and he has his let's put this his UPCs from GS1. Probably the only guy who does, but most products on Amazon come from barcodes from other different
No,
websites
for
or
sure.
eBay or something, which is due to Amazon is illegal, but
Yeah,
95% is like that on Amazon.
yeah.
So
No,
it's
I know of a
very
few students that use GS1. I actually am brand exempt, so I've got my brand
yeah.
trademark, so I don't use UPCs at all. But definitely,
For Jake, I wanna answer that. They can't afford the program. Where I was in June, I didn't have much money. I was working a lot, even though I was in the military. So I woke up at 7 a.m. to go to the military, came back home between like 2 to 4 p.m. and went to work at 6 or 5, depends where I was working at the time. So I was really not home for a long time, and I was helping my parents, so I didn't have too much money for myself. And for me, I came on the program very early, so I got 25% off. But I was one of the first, so I got that. There was this coupon code again in Christmas. Whoever got it, that's nice.
yep.
But like you can divide it into two payments, and I was very scared. You can ask Jordan. I could even show you my emails.
Yeah,
I can't censor it now, so I'd rather not, but I would show you my first emails with Jordan, like 15 emails before I even got to the course, of how worried I am to spend such money I don't even have. But I tell you what, if you're gonna do Amazon, you're gonna need money on the side, because even if you like launch a PL product or do online arbitrage, it's gonna take you at the start like over a month to get your money back. Not only your profit, just your money back,
right.
and you don't want to be standing still.
No,
So you should come into Amazon with money. It's really recommended, but the course price, don't let it be something that the make or break for you. It's not expensive, not even for me. And like in my country, the salaries are about the same as the US, but everything is 2 3 times more expensive here.
wow.
So yeah, so but the salaries are about the same. Like
That's unfortunate. So everything's more expensive, but you don't get paid more.
yeah, exactly.
That's
So
tough.
I don't know. Let's put it this way: how much is a McDonald's meal cost for you? Like I don't know, a Big
I
Mac.
mean, a Big Mac's probably. I don't get Big Macs because I don't really eat at McDonald's. What about like a 2 liter bottle of soda?
Two soda, 2 liter bottle
Mm-hmm.
of soda.
Yeah.
Here, between 7 to 8 shekels. That's about two and a half
Yeah.
dollars.
See, it's like you can get it for like a dollar 50 here. So
It's not only that; it's gas as well. Like you're counting in gallons, we're counting in liters.
yeah.
So 1 liter here is 7 shekels. Sorry, six shekels and a little more. That's 170, $1.7 or something like that for a liter.
Wow.
For you guys, it's like third the price. I know. The apartments, like my apartment is quite small. It's like 80-meter apartment. It costs like 1.5 million shekels, which
Wow.
is like 400, $500,000. And with 400, $500,000 in the US, you can get
You can
a
get a
mansion.
well,
You know,
okay. Maybe not a man. You can get a pretty big house for that though, for sure.
uh,
Pretty big house.
yeah,
You can get probably like a
cars as well.
3,000 square foot. Well, okay, I'm using square feet, but you know, I'm sorry. I was raised on the U.S. standard. I try to use
Yeah,
the metric system.
you guys, you have to be different from everyone.
Exactly.
Seriously,
We have
the
to
only
make our
thing
own
you don't
system.
have is right wheel cars.
Yep. We drive on the other side of the
If you
road.
had that, that would be just go away,
Yeah.
live in your own world, America.
Isn't that? I mean, that's how it is in Europe. So
Daniel, did you start with OA then went into RA? I can do RA because retail arbitrage, you have to live in the United States.
right.
You have to actually to go to
Well,
stores.
you
So
could
that's
do
not something I
RA
can
in
do.
Israel when Amazon Israel opens.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna talk about that slightly later. Uh, I started with PL and online arbitrage at the same time. So I closed my PL deal, and while I was waiting on it to get ready, I was working on my
Right.
listing and everything, but I started online arbitrage in the same time.
And I
Like I've put way more money than I expected.
yeah.
Like I've I've put almost all my money. Seriously, I put like overall in 2 months before I even started to make any money. I've put like 10,000 shekels, which is 2 months salary here,
Wow.
and I didn't have even that much. I got left with almost nothing in the bank, but I just trusted myself with Amazon. Like it's an opportunity that if you have the brain for it, if you have the desire for it, there's no reason it wouldn't work. Like
Exactly.
there's no luck involved.
Yeah, no, no
Seriously, it's
luck.
all
It's all math. It's all numbers. But I
yeah,
like
it's all
that
math. Exactly.
so many people they launch their PL and then they just sit right and they wait. But you didn't, right? You went and actually started doing OA, started learning TAC ARB and doing other stuff. So that's definitely a
Yeah.
lesson to walk away with. Is like, you can do both. So many people ask me like which one to do, and it's like just do both. If you can. So for sure.
Uh, how long did it take to sell your inventory? X persons ask. Um, my first OA products were so shitty. Um, seriously, like one I'm still stuck with. I didn't even sell it. But some took a month, some took two, but most of them during Q4 sold out. I didn't have many of all. Paula asked if I do only US market for now. I'm gonna say more about that just slightly later.
Do you plan to move
What
to
I
the
mean by that.
US? She also asked.
Nah,
No?
I wanna. I don't know. It's a very hard question. I would like to move. First of all, getting a visa is not easy. Even though we are very good, like we're probably the best friends. Our
Yeah.
countries, each other, Israel and America and US, are known to be the best friends. But we have many Israelis that I've read about it from the consul. Many Israelis come to the US and start selling illegally on like carts. They sell different, shampoos. They sell Dead Sea products and all of that.
Interesting.
You might see them in malls and
Yeah.
everything with the
Yep.
carts. And because of these guys that do this, it's so hard for us to get a visa.
Interesting.
Just because of them.
Yeah,
Seriously, only because of them.
ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, but it's gonna get easier now. Just my age is problematic because when you want to come to the U.S. to visit, you gotta prove to the consul that you're not gonna stay there. And I just finished the army.
Right?
I don't have a job. Like I quit my job, by the way. I got sick of my boss. I gotta resume to a job because I don't want to touch my Amazon money until June. Okay, so yeah, I gotta work for a while under someone, but for now I'm jobless, so I can start tactical arbitrage because that's gonna consume time. Let's see. I saw some good question earlier. So
Sue asked about Amazon Australia and opportunities it offers. Right now, they're only doing FBM, so they haven't opened their warehouses yet. So I'm not
no,
there yet because I can't manually fulfill orders to Australia. But once FBA opens, I'll probably start selling on that platform because yes, there will not be a lot of competition, but there also won't be a lot of buyers, right? Australia is a much smaller country than the US, so there's not going to be as many people buying stuff. But I know Alex Moss, the tactical arbitrage founder, he lives in Australia. So he's already selling on that platform, merchant fulfilled. And when FBA opens, he's probably going to just own all of FBA Australia for himself, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a good opportunity, but don't expect sales compared to the United States. So,
yeah, but it's a good opportunity. I even thought about it until a better opportunity came up for me. Um, I will tell it because I don't want to miss the questions people asked. I want to answer
yeah.
them. Someone asked how much should you start, including the course. So that depends. We recommend to people in the course. We have a huge group. We're almost 500 people now. When I started, we were 90,
Yeah.
so we're almost 500 people now. And don't let that like make you fear that Jordan won't have time for you because most of the students finished. Like Jordan likes to say that they
Yeah.
graduated, so they help other students like
Yeah,
myself. Like
you're
all the students.
graduated. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you ask me questions every now and then, but I mean, for the most part, you're out helping other people move
Yeah,
forward.
Yeah, so basically, we just help each other. All the students help new guys. They direct them to where they need to go because it's kind of annoying to get questions like, "How do I start selling?" or some questions that are like in the pure basics of the course.
Mm-hmm.
Like people go watch the videos, okay? Watch the videos. You paid for a course. Watch every video and ask every question afterwards.
Yes.
What you don't understand, ask everything. But you gotta watch the videos first,
Yep.
guys. There's a reason Jordan did that.
I do get students sometimes that will ask me a question and I'll immediately know which lecture that was in and I'll refer to it and then I'll go look because I can see like which student has watched what lecture and they'll have like not watched any lectures at all and I'm like why like and then I'll have students that come in and they never watch anything, they never ask me any questions, they never do anything, and that just disturbs me. I'm just like, why would you join a program, pay for a course, and then just like not use it at all? Like that's like it's like going to college and never showing up for class and like not even showing up for the tests. Like you're just it's just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, there's people like that. I didn't answer the question. I'll answer it. How much should start if you pay 600 for the course with a coupon from a live stream or something, or 700? The full depends if there are. I don't know what Jordan does. I don't follow. But let's say you pay 700. If you, I would suggest to gather at least 1,000.
Yeah.
For a combination of things because you might be willing to do online arbitrage, but in your but while looking for online arbitrage, you might stumble upon a PL opportunity and you shouldn't miss those because eventually PL is the biggest money,
Mm-hmm.
online arbitrage is the fastest money,
Yes.
and it's huge money. Don't get me wrong, but like if you're gonna have, let's say, 15 PL products, you could make millions. And I'm not even kidding.
No. No.
It's
Not at
I've
all.
seen when I started, there was this scuba diving masks.
Yeah.
If you remember, I showed you. It was in the summer, so there was this scuba diving masks. And I saw one mask that I saw all of his pictures on Alibaba. Like I found his supplier and price, and I've made the calculations, and the dude made in August alone $60,000
Wow.
from that single product.
It's crazy.
Okay, so that's one product,
And that's
guys.
profit too,
One,
not revenue.
and that's profit. 60,000 profit. I'm not talking revenue at all. Like pure profit,
Wow.
and that's crazy. And I saw that, and I said, okay, this is legit. Like he just, this is legit.
Yep. Yeah, I would say around a
Uh,
thousand is good.
Someone asked if I'm selling, if I stopped selling. No, I didn't. I even, while we're talking for how long?
About an hour.
An hour. I've made 3 sales. So no, I
Yeah.
didn't stop selling.
And you've been
Yeah.
sick for 2 days and you're still making money, right?
This is terrible. Yeah. Uh, the, what, I tell you what, guys. Once you even sell your first product, while doing something else, like if you go to pee and come back and realize you've made a sale, I can't even. Yeah, it's funny, but I can't even like tell you how it feels. Like if someone here sold a unit while he was in the bathroom or showering or out with friends, doesn't matter what. For me, it's while sleeping because I'm between 6 to 12 hours ahead of America. So like you guys start buying at what 6 p.m. That's night for me. I'm asleep. So when I wake up, I get most sales.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing for me personally, living here in the Middle East. But um, yeah, so you can make once you make the sales, that's crazy, guys. Seriously.
For sure.
Let's see. You gonna you wanna gather a question or something, Jordan, from the
Yeah, I'm looking.
question list?
I know Ksenia quit her
Okay.
job too, so Ksenia, you got to do a live stream with me as well one of these days, and we'll talk about what your story is, because I'm sure people are dying to hear that. Everybody likes to hear the quit your job stories, and
Uh,
those are the best. Even though,
you guys gotta understand, I'm not the most successful student at all. Like I just like I have a good successful product behind me to prove my knowledge, so to say. But my knowledge is Jordan's knowledge with a few touches of my own. Let's put it this way.
Yeah,
But
I
there's a
downloaded
student.
my
I think
brain.
that's
I just took this and
I
just
don't want to say the name. I don't want to say the name, but we have a student who made in the second month like 28,000 revenue. That's doing all an arbitrage, so that's about 30% to 25% profit, 25%.
yep.
So you guys can guess that's in 1 month. That's just sick. I can't even like. I'm so jealous, but many students like this. It's not only this. When you guys do all an arbitrage, you're gonna want to get ungated, and that's in the course. Like you don't have any idea how jealous I am of all the Americans every day. Ungated in groceries, ungated in topicals, ungated in groceries, ungated in topical every day, and I can't do that because I don't have an American EIN number. I'm not a taxpayer. I can't do that.
Yep.
But now I got auto approved, so
Yeah, exactly. The workaround. I'll remember when you got fired. Germ rot. I'll remember that. ZMAC quit his jobs doing FBA. Awesome. Sweet.
Let's see.
Percy says thanks, and he says that you're great.
Yeah, Percy is a good friend. We talk a lot. We talk from the beginning. He's actually from South Africa, and I'm helping him out with figuring out of an LLC, making an LLC so we can sell because South Africa is not an Amazon partner. Let's put it away. But he will sell, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like many more students. Let's see. How I start selling in the USA from UK, it's very simple. Just open an account. You will be redirected to Pioneer, or you can open a Currencies Direct, like I said. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And you can start selling.
Yep.
It's very simple. Seriously. If you're gonna do online arbitrage, you're gonna need to make to have a prep center do the job for you. Like if you're gonna buy from a retailer like Target, you're gonna ship to the prep center, and they're gonna prep it for you, and they're gonna ship it to Amazon. Now, how that goes is you're gonna give them a certain access to your account.
Yep.
You don't give them the details. You just give them access to your inventory and shipments, and that's usually free if you like my prepper. I open the product listing, like just sell on Amazon, just do the sell on Amazon thingy, and open the shipment, and they do the rest.
Yep.
They just put all the details basically from what carton size, everything, the weight, and then they choose the better shipping option, which is either FedEx or UPS, the two options, the two discounted options that Amazon works with them. And that's it. They have most preppers have daily pickups. Let's say 3 times a day, FedEx truck comes and picks over the product. So that's how it works.
Yep.
To sell, to do online arbitrage from abroad. Yeah, it cuts into your profit, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, technically, Jake, it's not going to cost you any more if you live in the UK than versus the United States. I mean, I think you might have to pay taxes on your income. That might be different in the UK. I don't know if UK gets taxed higher than the US as far as income goes. Here we get like I'm probably going to pay like 40% in taxes this year, right? Which is just, that makes me want to cry. But
how many?
Like 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah, for me it's even more.
Yeah, so Jake gets taxed at 20%. So like you're gonna make more money income wise percentage than even I do. So I wouldn't worry about it. But it also depends on how much you're earning in the United States. So like I'm in the upper tax bracket, so I get taxed at like 38.5% or something like that. Whereas like lower, you can get taxed at like 20 something percent. But it does depend entirely on which country you live in. So, but yeah, U.S. we're kind of in the middle as far as income tax.
Yeah.
But
JL has written, I have the impression that a lot of the high earners on FBA are doing something that is not being discussed here. Well, yes, they
Yeah, they
are.
are.
They just know the opportunity for longer.
Yeah.
They sell for longer. They do it for 2 years, for 3 years. And if I have one PL product in, let's say, 3 months, 4 months, and I'm working on the second, imagine how many PL products theoretically I should have in a year or two.
Yep.
And one will sell for $2,000 a month, one will sell for $20,000 a month. So that's how
You
you
build
make
it up
something big.
exactly. And JL,
And
I'll
if
add to that. They also branch out. So like you've got like I've got my private label brands, but I also sell wholesale of other people's products. And I mean the top earners, people that are doing 10, 20, 50 million in revenue every year. I actually recently have been talking to someone that does 20 mil. I know a few other guys that do 10 mil. They're not doing anything special. They have connections with manufacturers and wholesalers. They're able to get low prices, high bulk. They've got a lot of cash to buy those products, or they buy it on credit, and then they sell it, and then they pay the manufacturer after they sell it. So they work out these deals with their supplier so that
yeah,
they can buy in these insane bulks, but not have to like pay it all at once and put that cash burden on themselves. So I mean, they're not doing anything.
yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
about it
they're
too.
not doing anything crazy different. They've just been doing it for a long time, right? So don't expect to come in and in a year be doing $10 million. There are a couple sellers that have done that, and it's crazy. But most people that are doing over 10 to 20, $50 million in revenue, they've been doing it for a decade. So like they've been building their business over years. But if you want to come in and make like 100K next year, or I guess we're at the beginning of the year now. If you want to do 100K this year, that's totally doable. I'm sure, Daniel. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're going to do that this year. I did that well over
I
that
have a
last year.
different goal. I have a 1 million
Oh
goal.
yeah, yeah, no,
I
yeah, that's right. You want to do a million this year?
I don't think I will reach it.
Hey,
If I do,
shoot
this
for
will
the moon
be
and you still hit the stars. So
but I didn't even think I will get that revenue in December, but I did. So I trust myself to do
exactly.
everything to sell this
Yep.
much. Yeah, P- PL is like, you guys gotta understand. When doing Amazon, no one can guarantee you how much you will do in a month, in two, in three, because like just PL alone takes between 1.5 months to 3 months to from the moment you started looking for a product until the moment it's live. Okay, it's gonna take you a while. So nothing is instant.
No.
Like I've made money in 3 months of selling, but I was learning for much more. But what I tell people, my friends personally that I teach Amazon, like I help them out. Um, like don't start looking for products and doing everything and forget your training. Like my friend was started talking to suppliers and everything, and he didn't even know how to list a product.
Right.
It's not, he didn't even know what the nasin is, and he
Mm-hmm.
was talking to supplier about a product. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you know your
Yep.
stuff first. I'm not saying don't to talk. You should be doing that. That's good practice, but don't stop. Like don't only like, if you talk to a supplier and wait for him to reply and that's about it, wait for him to reply. No, you should be learning more things relevant for you.
Yep. I'll let you answer this one. Jake asked about taking out a loan to get started. I know that you last time we talked, you were talking about getting a loan, and I was kind of not sure you should do something like that. But what is your stance on taking out a loan to start your Amazon business?
Well, first of all, if you take a loan, it shouldn't be a big loan. It should be only a couple of thousands, let's say $2,000,
Right.
not even more, $3,000, and only for a couple of months, not longer. If it's a very low fee, like if it's 1, 2, 3% fee, then I would say definitely, because I personally gonna do that because I don't mind paying in fees, let's say $100, so I can make in this period of time
Yeah,
$3,000. It's worth it, you know.
I agree.
If I don't know the fees for your country, here
They're higher.
if they're higher probably. So if you can get a low fee and a low, like a loan, not a big loan, you don't need too much.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously,
Mm-hmm.
the more money you have, the faster you will be able to make money, and the bigger your investment can be. Like if you
Exactly.
want a serious PL product, the best PL products. are expensive. They're gonna cost you a lot. Like, just so you know, if you want to make a very specific customization, most Chinese manufacturers work in a way that's called molds. So basically, they're gonna need, let's say, 10 molds to create your product, and each mold costs. Okay, they will usually tell you, let me check that. They will talk to their designer, check how many molds he thinks they will need, and they come back to you and tell you one of two options. Either you pay for the mold cost, which can be thousands to tens of thousands of dollars, or they tell you you gotta order at least 5,000 units,
Yep.
so you will not pay for the
Yep.
mold cost.
Yep.
Okay, so
And Gary said he's got a business credit card with 0% for 12 months. I know Chase Bank has a credit card called the Slate card, and that is 0% for 24 months or something like that. It's like 20 months. So you pay no interest on that credit card for like 2 years. So that is also an option compared to a loan. Now, your credit card limit probably won't be that high. Maybe you could get a $2,000-3,000 limit. That would be ideal. But that's just, again, that's problem solving, right? So like so many people are like, I don't have enough money to get started on Amazon, but I want to do it. It's like, that's a problem. You need to solve it. I think that's a big skill that people don't have as much nowadays is being able to solve problems. So
no problem, Jake. Sorry for my coughs.
it's all good. We should probably end here because you're starting to get all coffee and my throat's starting to get sore. So
Okay, so let people ask their last
yep,
questions.
a few more questions.
And
And let's do. I'll do a discount on the course today. Let's do. Use the code. Um, let's do big 15, so 15% off. Okay. So anybody who wants to get in today, use big 15 for 15%. If anybody wants, I know not everybody's
just so you
interested,
know,
but
guys, if you're in the course and you ask questions, and you will probably get answers from me, you can contact me on Facebook. I usually answer people almost instantly. The more people I get to question me, the slower it becomes, because it's kind of hard to answer everyone. Um, but I try and answer everyone. You can always ask me, specifically for PL, some OA. Don't ask me about tactical arbitrage just yet. I haven't mastered it. I don't want to misguide people. I'm gonna learn it better myself, and then I will be
for
able to
sure.
help with it
Yep.
as well.
JL asked
Yeah.
if I met anyone that's contracted an experienced FBA seller to work for them for percentage of profits. Yeah, I'm in the process of doing that myself because I've got a lot of OA fines, but I don't have the time to go through them. So I'm actually looking to hire somebody myself that is familiar or at least knows FBA to go through all those products and then buy them for me and then ship them in and stuff like that. So I guess I've met myself, and then yeah, a lot of sellers do that because they don't have the time to actually go through every single product themselves. Because that's the only way you're going to
Yeah,
get to 10
basically.
million is by
Yeah.
not having to look at every single thing yourself. So you have to have a team. You have to hire people for sure.
For arbitrage, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Even for PL, when it gets big enough, you should have someone like my accountant. His wife is doing FBA, and they hired a VA to do the PPC for them. So there's
Yep.
that.
I know.
The big players, they got people working for
No,
them
for
as
sure.
well.
I was talking to Greg Mercer, who's he's the founder of Jungle Scout, and he still has his Amazon business. It does $1 million in
He's a
revenue. Yeah,
millionaire.
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. But his Amazon
He's a
business does $1 million a month in revenue, and he doesn't even do anything with it, right? So he's hired people to completely run his Amazon business entirely. So, but he's got a team that they launch products all the time. So
That's sick. That's what you guys should aim for, to have to sleep and people work for you.
yep.
That's the idea.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Have your 3-year-old daughter helping you? Yeah, yeah. Hey, kids are like, that's the only reason I want kids, is just so I can make them work for me.
What was
Let's see.
yeah, I'm looking for questions.
Do you think I can replace my income 2K a month in 90 days? My job will end then, and I don't want to get a new job. I have 8K, zero interest for 12 months in credit. Yes, I think you can do that. That's
We don't.
yeah, that's 3 months.
You can, but you shouldn't,
You shouldn't. Why don't you think you should?
because the more you start making on Amazon, the bigger the opportunities get. So
Mm-hmm.
if you could afford a $4 per unit PL product, and now you got more money, and you can now spend $15 on a PL product to sell it for a $70 price point for loads of
Yeah.
profits, then you want to have money for that. So I would recommend everyone who's doing Amazon. I've seen lots of videos about it, lots of big players talking about it. Uh, you shouldn't touch the Amazon
No.
money. Like if you make money, give it a few months, half a year, a year. Don't quit your job. I know you want to, but you gotta be patient. You gotta make enough money so that if you take money, like Jordan takes like 10% off of his income to live off of it, you know. So if you're gonna make, I don't know, $5K in your third month, okay, you're that good, and you made $5,000 in your third month, that's great, but don't touch it. Give it, spend it, invest it, not spend
Yep.
it, invest it another time, and maybe next time you will make 10,000, and you say, okay, I can, my next PL product will be $8,000, so I'm good. I can take $1,000. That's
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
Then
and
yeah,
I resonate with that. Some people don't have the luxury of continuing their job. Like I think this person was their job's ending, but hold out as long as you can. I personally quit my job after 6 months of working it, and only 3 or 4 months of selling on Amazon, which I personally probably wouldn't recommend anybody else do. But I wasn't planning on quitting until I quit in January, but I wasn't planning on quitting until the summertime. But some stuff came up, and they asked me to like work overtime without pay, work on the weekends, come in all the time, all this extra stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sell my
yeah,
soul to someone else to make them rich, right? Because I worked in a small company, and the owner of the company, he was off building his house in Cabo, right? His multi-million-dollar mansion in Cabo. He was like neighbors with Sandra Bullock and stuff. And I'm like, I don't have a problem working 40 hours a week, but I'm not gonna like break my back and sell my soul so like this guy can build his mansion in Mexico. So that's just I got fed up to a point where I couldn't continue. But I will say it was a struggle for the first few months after I quit my job because of what Daniel's talking about. I didn't have the resources to continue to buy at the level I was buying because I had to take money to pay rent and feed myself. So, but yeah, definitely as long as you can work. You might as well. But when you get really sick of it, sometimes you just gotta, like that's the whole point is to
yeah.
eventually quit. So, but if you can still, pay yourself a small percentage and the rest of the profits reinvest, then I think it's fine.
Definitely. If you can, if that's not gonna hurt your Amazon business,
Yeah,
then
if it's
do it.
if it's not going to hurt your business, then you can do it. Because I mean, you're planning on continuing growth, and then you said you wanted to like fully quit in the summer of this year, right?
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
goal, to
See, that
quit
was
in
that was
the
my
fully in
plan
this.
too, but I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
stick
give
to the
everyone a
plan.
little secret now. You ready?
Yeah,
You know about it.
yeah,
They don't know about it.
yeah.
You can guys Google about it, but Amazon is coming to Israel real soon. They already bought. That's not in the news, but they already bought a warehouse here for FBA.
Yep.
They're gonna do FBA here, and I don't know if you guys know, but in 2016 we were the third biggest, like third most volume sales on AliExpress, which is the biggest platform right now. And we're such a small country, but third place in sales in from buying there. So there's a lot of people who likes to buy cheap in Israel, and they should be here in a year and a half. I don't think they will take so long. They bought lots of offices in Tel Aviv. Like they're just Jeff Bezos is
Yep.
ready. He's coming. He's coming hot
Bezos is
here.
coming.
I'm gonna jump all over it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna sell everything
Oh yeah.
when it comes. I'm gonna sell on both platforms.
Yep. That's gonna be a great opportunity for you. It's gonna be sick because you know the market there too. So you know
Yeah, summer products, summer all day long.
summer products every day.
Yeah, we're a sunny country, so summer
Yep.
products is the idea.
Yep. Let's see. Let's take a couple more questions and then we'll call it quits here.
Yeah.
Um, is anybody good answering questions? Everybody says thank you again.
Did it change when when I get out of bed? Well, I was in the army until a week ago, and I was waking up at 7 a.m. to go there because if I want, I will sit in jail for a week. So, so yeah, I had to wake up every day at 7, and now I quit my job, just this job. I hate it. I gonna change one up. So for a week or two, I gonna take my time, focus a little on my Amazon, give it the time it needs, and then get back to work.
Sweet.
Um, yeah.
JL asked
So
earlier how you would invest 50K if you're inexperienced but wanted to get quick ROI. I would say do a little bit of everything. Honestly, with 50K, you
yeah,
could do PLOA wholesale. I mean that's quite a bit of starting money, much more than other people. And then
yeah,
honestly,
definitely.
you wouldn't even need to put it all on Amazon. You could put some of that money into other investments as well. So I mean, really, you could take 10, 15K, put it into your Amazon business, buy a bunch of products and arbitrage, start some PLs. I would get all over the place with that. Diversify it because if you put $50,000 into one product and that one product's a flop, then you just lost $50,000. So
What you can do with such money, I thought about it. Like, it's not so easy to find a PL, okay? Not at all. And even arbitrage is hard. But what I think you can do with that money is wholesale, because if you can find a hot selling product on Amazon, and you can find a wholesaler that you can like say, listen, I'm gonna buy 1,000 units from you, and then you can get a very good price and make very good
yep,
profits. Because usually people come to wholesalers want to buy 10, 20, 30 units, but if you can buy a lot and you know you will sell a lot, then that's something you can
yeah.
do.
Most
Wholesale, spend a lot of
wholesalers
money
won't
there.
even sell to you unless you're going to be buying like $5,000 worth of inventory, anyways. So just something to keep in mind there. How do you track your product's profits? Spreadsheet or software? There's a program called Inventory Lab that I've used for a
There's a
while.
few problems.
There's a ton of different products, but I actually use just an Excel spreadsheet nowadays for all of my OA stuff and all my PL stuff.
I'm so lazy for that. I did that. I
You don't
didn't
do
even
either
do
of
that
those,
for
do you?
December yet. No, I did that until December,
Uh-huh.
and December exploded, and I said,
I can't keep
I
track of
don't
this
have
anymore.
the. So I've signed up to a actually Israeli program called Quantify Ninja. It's an email automation and profit, so it's
Interesting.
both. Yeah, it's actually kind of good. It feels like it's in beta. It can get better with time, but it's not bad. I'm using it for now. It does the job.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. November and December was crazy. Yeah, it was. I mean, if you were selling, it's crazy. Q4 is always crazy. I did I think like 11 times more in December than any other month. So like it's always psychotic selling. So um,
Danny said he wants to get engaged in topicals. Uh, Everyone wants to get
right.
engaged
We
in
talked about it
topicals, and
earlier
if
too. So like
yeah, and if you had that information for free, we would be in a big problem.
yeah,
That's
for
not
sure.
something everyone wants to share because there's so few sellers there, and that's the big money. Like if you're gonna do online arbitrage, you will find out real soon that the big money is in the gated places
Mm-hmm.
and brands.
Yep.
So like in Jordan's course, you get that information part of the course, which is big because you got companies that gonna ungate you for $600.
Yeah.
That's more than the course, and you can get ungated.
You don't need to
Yeah,
pay. You don't need to pay anyone to get
yeah.
your account ungated. You can do it yourself if you know how to do it. So, um, but yeah, I mean, there's auto ungating too if you have the right metrics. But we talked about that earlier, so just like rewind and watch that later.
Yeah, topicals is everything that touches your skin. So basically, cosmetics,
Yeah.
all of it, and cosmetics are reusable.
Yep.
The best selling products on Amazon, like my PL, actually, reusable.
Yep.
It's something people order over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And cosmetics is a big, it's not something very easy to get in local stores. Any cosmetic, because there's many special cosmetics that only online.
Yep.
So this is why topicals is so big and so few sellers. So
Exactly.
yeah, there's that.
And everybody wondering about Daniel, he does PL, he does a little OA, and yeah, he does have a prepper in the U.S. So for those of you that didn't see earlier, weren't here earlier when we were talking about that. So, and yeah, you can't scale without a prepper. I use a prepper. You really can't. If you're doing OA, you can't handle 10,000 products coming into your house every month.
You should start with it.
What?
You should start with it if you can,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you did.
I mean, I've got students
It
that
saves
are
money.
starting. I talked to one of my students out in California that she's starting immediately with a prepper, and I was like, all right, you know. I mean, you take a little hit on the margins, but I mean, you can immediately start selling stuff, and you don't have to worry about having to package stuff and label things. It's such a pain. I did that for months, and it's such a pain, honestly.
You hate math as well.
No, I
You have
love math.
you guys
No,
have
no,
this
no. I
struggle.
love math. I'm bad at arithmetic. All right. I
Ah,
like if you give me a calculus problem, let's go. Right. Advanced linear algebra, like no big deal. But I cannot add and subtract numbers. Like it's just I don't know what's wrong. It's crazy.
it's like any smart guy has a certain
Yep,
issue.
exactly. Like I'll do math and physics, but like I can't do arithmetic. It's crazy. So
I'm, for example, I am senile. Like, you can tell me something right now, and if I didn't listen carefully, I will forget what you said in exactly one
oh
second.
my goodness,
Entirely.
that's crazy.
Forget everything you said in one
What did I
second.
just say?
That's utterly possible. Let's see if you final questions. Hey, uh,
We got people like just now joining, so sorry guys, but we're actually done here. We've been going for like an hour and a half, so we're probably just
yeah.
we're gonna cut it off here. I want to thank Daniel obviously for showing his presence here on our live stream and
Thank you, Jordan,
answering everybody's
for the
questions
opportunity.
and you know he's an international seller, so if you've got any questions, if you're in the course and you're an international seller, and you got any questions, this is the guy to talk to because he's a pro at setting up international sellers in the marketplace on Amazon. So
You can do it from anywhere.
absolutely,
There's just simply no excuse to not do it. All you gotta have for FBA is a decent enough English
yeah,
and
decent English.
math, some math. You gotta have some math if
No,
you
no, I
wanna,
just use a
because
calculator.
no, what I mean, many people that do FBA and do it wrong, they've started a bad PL product with 1,000 units
Yep.
that sells 2 units a day,
Yeah, that's
and they cry, why doesn't it work? But it's because of them.
yep.
They did something
You
wrong.
gotta crunch the
Their
numbers.
calculation.
Exactly. Cool. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. If you want to join the course, you can get in today using the code Big15 for 15% off. So if you want to join, if you not already a student of mine, but everybody, thanks for coming out and watching. I will see you
Thanks,
guys
everyone.
in my next live stream, and or my next video or whatever. So I'll see all of you guys later. So bye.